Moving on now, in a major success for the security forces, the top Hizbul commander, Sabzar Bhatt, has been gunned down in the Tral encounter that has been in fact going on since last night. Sabzar Bhatt was appointed as the operational chief of Hizbul after Burhan Wani was neutralized by the security forces. After Sabzar Bhatt was eliminated by the security forces, there were reports of stone pelting that was coming in from a few parts of South Kashmir, including Tral in Pulwama and from Anantnag district. Meanwhile, another terrorist body has been recovered as well. The encounter, in fact, as I just mentioned, has been underway since last night. The entire operation was carried out based on specific information, and Sabzar Bhatt there being gunned down by the security forces. Okay, I want to go straight across now to India Today's executive editor Gaurav Sawant and Shuja ul Haq. Gaurav, a big success for the security forces, a big setback for the Hizbul Mujahideen. Tell us a little bit more about the operation that was carried out, as you mentioned, on specific intelligence input.
Twin success for security forces, one at the line of control and the other in Tral in South Kashmir. If we specifically talk about the Tral encounter, information was very specific with the army that Sabzar Dawn, as he was called, Hizbul Mujahideen's second in command after terrorist Burhan Wani was killed last year. In fact, briefly, Avantika, he was also the head of Hizbul Mujahideen until the mantle passed on to a more educated Zakir Musa of the Hizbul Mujahideen. So Sabzar had a bigger ground connect. So Sabzar then took on the mantle of Hizbul Mujahideen. He was the one who was controlling all operations in and around Tral. Now there was very specific intelligence with the Rashtriya Rifles. They mounted an operation. The SOG of the Jammu and Kashmir Police, the CRPF, they all very silently went into this area where he was. It's a built-up area where he was surrounded, and that's the time security forces, from what we are being told initially, they asked him to surrender. There was a fierce encounter. Even as the security forces were moving in, the terrorists opened fire. The firefight lasted quite a bit. In which 2 terrorists are confirmed killed.
Okay, just stay on with me, Gaurav. Just stay on with me. I have with me on the phone line DGP SP Vaid now joining us on the broadcast. Good afternoon, sir. Thanks so much for speaking to us. We're just getting in more inputs, more details about Sabzar Bhatt being gunned down. A hugely successful operation. Can you just give us more details about the other 2 terrorists also who had been absconding?
Sabzar and his associate, 2 terrorists have been killed, 2 bodies have been found, and weapons have been recovered from them. The security forces have done a great job. The situation is being closely monitored and things are under control.
All right, and congratulations, sir, to the entire team. This is an immensely successful operation that has been carried out. But can you give us more details? We're hearing that there was specific intelligence information on the basis of which the entire operation was being carried out.
Yeah, this was based on specific information, and Army and the officers of CRP and the local police have done great. Thank you. I congratulate the jawans and officers. Thank you.
All right, sir. Thanks so much. And Shuja, this has come as a huge blow to the Hizbul Mujahideen. Let me just find out if Shuja ul Haq is with us. Shuja, can you hear me? Okay. Shuja, this is a big setback to the Hizbul Mujahideen. First Burhan Wani, then, it was Zakir Musa who quit the Hizbul Mujahideen, the Hizbul Mujahideen commander, and now the gunning down of Sabzar Ahmad Bhatt. What does this really mean for the organization, for the militant outfit? How big a setback it is for them?
Well, it definitely is a setback for the outfit, particularly when it comes to the operational capability in these areas of South Kashmir. About Sabzar Ahmad, he had joined Hizbul Mujahideen in 2015. We are given to understand that he had snatched a weapon, during a protest from one of the cops, and that protest was happening when Burhan Wani's brother was killed in crossfiring. And ever since then, he had been an active militant who had joined the Burhan Wani camp. He was, been seen in most of the videos, pictures that were being circulated by the Burhan Wani group on social media. So he's been an active member. He, in fact, like we've been pointing out, once that encounter of Burhan Wani took place last year, for a brief time he was believed to be the person who was heading this group, but then it was taken over by Zakir Musa. But of late, like we've been reporting, Zakir Musa has announced that he has quit Hizbul Mujahideen because of his differences and the kind of statements that he has made. And now, in this manner, Sabzar Ahmed also being killed is certainly going to be a setback to Hizbul Mujahideen. But at the same time, it's also a cause of concern. The aftermath is a cause of concern for security establishment. I've been speaking to the establishment sources in the police who suggest that they do not want it to spiral out in terms of protest the way we had seen after Burhan Wani was killed. So security establishment is making arrangements to contain these protests. We are already getting some reports of small protests coming in from various areas, but that is something that I was pointing out is going to be a task for the security establishment to contain, now particularly in South Kashmir areas.
Okay, just stay with me. In fact, we have the audio of a phone call that was intercepted. We'll just play that audio for our viewers as well. The audio that is also indicative of just how startled and threatened are the militants. The SOS call that was sent out when Sabzar Ahmed was cornered, was trapped by the security forces. Let's just play out that exclusive audio.
अस्सलामु अलैकुम। जैसे आप लोग सब जानते हैं, त्राल में इस वक्त एनकाउंटर चल रहा है। हम वहां पर हमारे भाई सब्जार भाई ट्रैप्ड है।
Audio of another terrorist sending out that message to his colleagues about how Sabzar Bhatt has been trapped by the security forces. Gaurav, but kudos to the security forces. There have been two parallel, encounters that have been going on. A gun battle that erupted at the line of control in western Rampur sector, and at the same time at Tral, where the security forces were dealing with these three terrorists as well.
And it's a big success in both operations. In the Rampur sector, the latest update is that 6 terrorists have now been eliminated. 6 weapons have now been recovered. Terrorist bodies have also been recovered. A large quantity of warlike stores, we are told, spotted. Efforts are on to recover. Mopping up operations are still underway, because even as we speak at this point of time, there are, as you can see, there are reinforcements going in. Additional security personnel also being sent to various areas to contain the situation. So what is extremely significant at this point of time is that 6 terrorists killed in Rampur sector. What we also know, at another point, 2 Pakistani bad action teams, their members were killed. So there's an alert all across the line of control in the Chinarkor area. In the depth area, as you well know, this successful operation where terrorist Sabzar was killed, but intelligence inputs also seem to indicate that security forces are hot on the heels of at least 2 other terrorists. It remains to be seen whether there's success there, but the police and the CRPF effectively now trying to contain the situation of sporadic stone pelting being reported from different areas.
Absolutely. And Gaurav, what else are you hearing from the army? What really will be their strategy in the coming few months? Because, clearly there's going to be an increase in terror activities. There will be an increase in infiltration as well, with Pakistan mobilizing and readying these terrorists to be pushed into India's territory.
Spot on. When I interviewed Lieutenant General J.S. Sandhu, the Chinarkor commander, he made one thing very clear. He said there are very specific intelligence inputs that seem to indicate that Pakistan has trained terrorists and security forces and their SSG commandos to operate together. Not only do they have specific intelligence about that, but they also know that some of these teams have been deployed in some areas, and that deployment was seen in terms of one bad action where two terrorists were bad terrorists were killed. There were 4 other engagements in the sense security forces opened fire and the bad teams ran away. There wasn't a close quarter engagement in those in different sectors. Recently, you also remember what happened in Nogam in the Uri sector. There have been exchanges along the line of control. So along the line of control, Pakistan is trying to up the ante. But if we were to move deeper, North Kashmir, by and large, the situation contained. South Kashmir remains volatile, especially there are 3 districts. There is Kulgam, there is Shopian, and there is Pulwama. So 3 areas where security forces are now moving in deeper to establish their control completely.
All right, Gaurav and Shuja, thanks so much. We'll keep coming back to you for further updates and information. A big loss there for the Hizbul Mujahideen.